Einen wunderschönen guten Morgen, liebe Freunde der Sonne. Herzlich willkommen zu der Stanley Parabel. Und wir werden versuchen, weitere alternative Enden des Spieles zu finden. Und jetzt haben wir zumindest einen sehr interessanten Raum, einen sehr interessanten Gang, weil alles voller Blätter ist. Und der Sprecher hat gesagt, dass mir vielleicht jemand folgt. Und wenn ich oft genug über meine Schulter schaue, dann werde ich ihn sehen. Okay. Waiting Input. Input received. Aber es passiert nichts weiter. Aha. Eine Leiter. Ist da jemand nach oben abgehauen? Irgendwie kommt mir es dieses Mal anders vor als vorhin.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Werden wir dieses Mal wohl in die Mind Factory reingehen?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Seit wann ist denn der Raum auf?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Hier hatte sich doch jemand eingeschlossen, oder? Stand doch an dem einen Chart dran.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Wenn Sean aber wieder durchdreht, wenn ich hier weiter warte.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Okay.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Sehr nice. Gibt's denn ein Besenkammerende oder nicht?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Ja, das ist Stanley. Aber ich
Well,
spiele
I've
ihn ja
come to a
nur.
very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Mal gucken, ob er jetzt die Schleife von vorn anfängt. Oder ob er jetzt einfach gar nichts mehr sagt. Wahrscheinlich sagt er nichts mehr, oder? Jetzt hat er es satt gehabt. Jetzt habe ich es etwas übertrieben, wie es aussieht. Selbst für meine Verhältnisse. Okay. Okay, ich glaube, also ich bin mir jetzt relativ sicher, dass nichts mehr passiert in der Besenkammer. Deswegen werde ich sie jetzt verlassen.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Dann werden wir jetzt wahrscheinlich zur Mind Control Factory gehen.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay, auf ein neues. Dieses Mal mit toller Musik eingeleitet. Sehr schön. Na dann, schauen wir mal. Okay, ab in die Mind Control Factory.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Die Tür hinter uns ist dieses Mal auch zugegangen, okay. Wir müssen, glaube ich, diesen Knopf drücken.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Ich frage mich, ob wir echt nochmal eine andere lebende Person... Oh, hier hat jemand viel geraucht. Ich frage mich, ob wir echt nochmal eine andere lebende Person finden werden in diesem Spiel, aber ich glaube fast nicht. Kameraüberwachung ein oder was, nachdem wir die Lichter angemacht haben? Sieht fast danach aus.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay. Es gibt auch welche, die fired sind. Wo muss ich denn hin? Ah, hier.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Muss ich das jetzt kaputt machen, oder? Es ist ziemlich dunkel. Versuche aber trotzdem einfach Knöpfe zu drücken. Die Musik ist toll, aber es scheint gar nichts zu passieren, wenn ich die Knöpfe drücke. Oder den Knopf drücke. Deswegen gehen wir mal wieder runter. Auf jeden Fall ein sehr faszinierendes Spiel. Vielleicht müssen wir in der richtigen Reihenfolge drücken. 1, 2. Oh, da ist eine 5. Ich brauche eine 3. Ich brauche eine 3. Hier, 3. Da oben ist die 4. Bin ja mal gespannt, ob da was passiert. Ich habe halt dummerweise zuerst die 4 gedrückt, deswegen weiß ich nicht, ob ich damit das System schon kaputt gemacht habe. 4. Ich glaube, es gab insgesamt 5 Stück. Können wir hier lang? Ja. So. Es ist leider gar nichts passiert. Ich bin umsonst von Nummer 1 bis zu Nummer 5 gegangen. Und hier unten gibt es auch nichts, außer Licht, das sich im Kreis bewegt. Wie es aussieht, können wir wirklich einfach nur in die Power Station reingehen. Oder? Ja. Sieht ganz danach aus, aber es muss ja irgendwelche Leute gegeben haben, die diese ganzen Dreck hier gesteuert haben. Wo sind die denn alle hin? Mind Controls Idle Awaiting Inputs.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
On.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Fuck! Wir sind echt gestorben, ey. Haben wieder mal die falsche Entscheidung getroffen. Ist aber echt nicht gut Kirschen essen mit dem Typ, ey. Dieses Mal könnten wir natürlich dahin gehen und dafür sorgen, dass wir den Knopf drücken. Ein Telefon.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you and have a pleasant day.
Okay, das ist auf jeden Fall neu. Bisher hat auch der Typ noch gar nicht gesprochen. Ich werde jetzt mal wieder an den Räumen wackeln, nicht, dass die jetzt plötzlich aufgehen, wie das vorhin in dem Besending der Fall war. Warum sagt er denn nichts mehr?
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Warum gehen die Türen hinter mir nicht mehr
When
zu?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oder wir gehen dieses Mal hier
This
rein.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Und dann gehen wir jetzt durch den
The
Pausenraum.
lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Das sind wir ja auch noch nicht lang gegangen.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay, hier machen wir mal einen Cut. Liken, kommentieren, abonnieren, wenn euch das Spiel genauso fesselt wie mich. Ansonsten tschö tschö, bis zum nächsten Mal. Euer Paxis. Bye bye.